This is your host, Kgabo Maonwa, with his co-host, Rasslin, and they review wrestling together, such as WWE and AEW. They have the best news coverage and the funniest rants. This is the Rasslin and Logic podcast with Kgabo and Rasslin. Please enjoy this broadcast. Hey guys, Kgabo here, and today we're back with the season 2 premiere of Rasslin and Logic, and I've got my good friend Josh Jenkins over here in place of Rasslin because we still don't know if he'll be having a working mic, but we'll see later in the next episode if he can do it. So Josh, would you like to introduce yourself?
I absolutely would love to introduce myself because I am so arrogant. Anyway, no. I'm Joshua James Jenkins, otherwise known as Triple J, or Josh times 3 as my username is on most, or if not all, social media platforms. Be it Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, so on and so forth. And yeah, I am also the host of the radio program is known as Life's Opening Radio, which Kgabo is also a part of, with his own radio, other program to mine being Certified Bangers. My light went off again, but I don't care. And yeah, so yeah, it's me. I am here as a guest on this Rasslin and Logic episode today. The review of season 2. Kgabo, I was at the start of season 1. I am at the start of season 2. This is history in the making.
Yes. And as you can see, this is episode 1, and we'll be reviewing day 1 from World Wrestling Entertainment.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there. And also, you can listen to the brand new intro that was played at the start of this episode.
Yes, I hope you guys...
Which I'm not included in, but I don't see why I would be, considering I'm now a guest. So,
yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah. But we will talk about some news first. Maybe, in fact, some outside news. I read this funny article that about Tom Holland, about how he's sick of traveling and wants to start his family, and in that article he said that he loves kids. During the course of his interview, Holland spilled the beans on his plans for fatherhood and added, "I love kids. I can't wait to be a dad. I can wait and I will, but I can't wait. If I'm at a wedding or a party, I'm always at the kids' table hanging out. My dad's been such a great role model for me. I think I've got that from him. So I think I'd be a primary school teacher or something like that if I wasn't acting." Well, you can't be a primary school. You can start a primary school, but you definitely can't be one. And I think he should have worded it better, because that's a little bit sus, a little bit suspicious.
Yeah.
The way he said that. He could be meaning something else that we will not talk about, and I found that quite funny. Oh, jeez, that's a bit sus, Tom. Just say you like. How do I don't even know how to say this myself. I like to take care of kids and make sure they're safe and happy and something like that, instead of, "Oh, I love kids," like a weird person would say.
Yeah. I do understand the sentiment that he's trying to convey with what he's trying to get across. So I do understand, even though it does come off as a bit of a weird sentence, but I do understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also about the traveling, I understand personally because I don't really travel much, because of the pandemic these days. I do understand like how difficult it can be to have that lifestyle. You've got to be at one place and then you've got to go to another place all in the same day, and it's a difficult lifestyle to hold like every single day because you're constantly at work. Being an actor, you're constantly doing all these things, and also on top of all the other projects and activities that he that he does, like the charity work that he does with Zendaya.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do understand why he would feel hard done by the travel that comes with the job that he does. So.
Yeah. And that is something I found funny with Tom Holland, sounding like a weird person there. But I will be back. I just have to take a little moment of piss. I will be right back. Alright, we are back. After a little bit of a technical difficulty, I couldn't hear what Josh was saying. So let's see if Josh, you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Kgabo,
and
yes.
I can hear you, so that's good. So it looks like Roman Reigns has contracted COVID-19. We don't know if his symptoms are bad or but it looks like he might be coming back to SmackDown on this Friday. We will see. I really don't know. But so Josh, what do you think about this?
Right, and hopefully my voice will remain intact this time.
Yes, it is so far.
Shit. Right. Roman, or his real name Joe, I think, is susceptible, if I use that word right there, to this virus. He used to have leukemia, and I think it was leukemia anyway. And yeah, him getting this virus is a serious cause of concern towards his health. Mainly based off him having health issues in the past. Based off which is I think he had, and
Yes,
yeah,
he did.
I don't understand why he's coming back so soon. Like, he took about 5 months off because he didn't want to be in the performance center to do these shows at the time when this COVID was at its height. Because he wanted to keep himself safe in that environment. And now he's got it, and he's coming back about a week after.
I don't know. I could be wrong in my reporting because I saw an Instagram post where Brock Lesnar challenged Roman to come on SmackDown this Friday.
Yeah. I saw that, which is interesting because that could lead to a booking decision down the line, which I will be very mad about if it happens. But time will tell. Isn't the isolation time supposed to be about 2 weeks at the very least?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. So in that case, why is Roman apparently coming back about a week?
Yeah, he might do it over Skype. I hope he does it over Skype. and not
Well, that would be the
in
safer
person.
route. Yes.
Not in person.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping, because the rumor is, and it's quite obvious that it's going to happen, even though it's not completely obvious. But to me, I think it is a way that it could possibly end up going is the champion versus champion route. You know, Brock Lesnar, the new champion against versus champion Roman Reigns. I can see that happening, and I can see why you're laughing at me right now because you know how much I hate these types of matches.
Yeah.
I can see it coming at some point. It's bound to happen.
And speaking of championships,
Yes.
it's almost the 1 year anniversary of your rant on the TNT Championship. So how about you give your thoughts on it
Which
now?
I gave last episode, so you're not going to get it out of me today, Kgabo.
Come on.
I
man.
gave it to you last
Come on.
episode.
It's the anniversary. Come on, man.
Oh my god, fine.
The TBS Championship, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, that's even worse. The TNT Championship, right? I don't understand why it's a championship that is even contested for in AEW, considering, you know, it's a championship that doesn't hold any value to the company, because it's a championship that is based off something that isn't a part of the company. Because what I am referring to is the TNT cable company that is airing the program that is, of course, you know, Dynamite. So basically, if you're the TNT champion, you're not a champion of the company in any such way. No, because you're the champion of the cable company that is airing the fucking television program. Like imagine here in the UK having WWE. No, hang on. Okay, imagine in the UK, NXT UK, right, brings up a BBC Championship.
Yeah, BBC. I was thinking of that.
Like, are you kidding me? And then having it air on BBC. Like, are you out of your mind?
Yes.
Like, who would want to be a champion of a cable company? Wouldn't you want to be a champion of a championship that actually represents the wrestling company that you are in?
Yeah. And now it's AEW Dynamite is not even gonna be on TNT anymore. Starting tomorrow, they're gonna be on TBS.
And they're giving the women the championship of the TBS cable company. Like, we've got to be fair. We've got to play fair and square. So if the men got a cable championship, the women have to get one too. Equality, my ass. Like, that is not the way to. You do not have a championship as representing. Imagine having a fucking CPB's championship. No. Hey, he is champion of CPB's Twinkle Toes. Just imagine that.
I like that
then,
reference. The Twinkle Toes reference.
And then trying to pass it off. Yeah. And then trying to pass it off as the legit championship because what? What? Because Tony Khan praises it so much. A championship is only worth the value of what it's representing.
Yeah.
If it's representing something that's not what you are contesting in, or the company that you are a wrestler involved in, that championship is worth nothing. There is no point in having that championship at all.
Yeah.
Whether it's the TNT championship, the DBS championship, or the CDB's championship, even though I don't think there is a CDB's championship, but you get my fucking point.
Yes. I remember.
I don't mind them having a Dynamite championship because that's the name of the program. That is the name of the wrestling program. So that would be represented by the program that they are wrestling on. That's fine. I don't mind that. But is that what you're doing, Kgabo? No.
And I remember you back in July, you said we shouldn't put Tony Khan in a dumpster. We should put him in a volcano. Oh my God!
Yes. Absolutely should. Yes.
Oh my
Have
God.
him melt in the
Mount Vesuvius.
Oh, hang on. Have him melt in the molten lava. Yes.
Oh, Mount Vesuvius.
Have him have the Terminator scene where he's burning and he's trying to raise his hand up to those who praise him. Please save me! Please save me! No, you die! I don't actually want him to die. It's just a reference to a movie. So don't get all serious on me.
Okay. And now, Drew McIntyre unfortunately has to get off of TV because he's having neck issues. In fact, let me find that article real quick.
Oh, by the way, Drew McIntyre hit a incredible belly to back suplex onto Madcap Moss during their match here on this pay-per-view, which we'll get into later.
Whoa!
He hit a wonderful belly to back suplex, absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I
Just
didn't
wanted
watch.
to
I skipped that match,
mention that.
so that's nice to know.
Fair enough.
All right. This is by Mark Middleton of Wrestling Inc. Drew McIntyre is reportedly suffering from a legitimate injury. As noted, Saturday's WWE Day 1 pay-per-view saw McIntyre defeat Madcap Moss in singles action. WWE later ran a backstage segment where Moss and Corbin attacked McIntyre during an interview. The attack ended with Moss and Corbin wrapping a chair around McIntyre's neck and then smashing it with a piece of lighting rig. Oh my gosh, these angles drive me crazy. Man. Hold up. WWE announced after the pay-per-view that McIntyre suffered a cervical neck strain with severe contusions during the backstage attack. It was also noted that upon further evaluation by WWE medical staff, McIntyre will have a follow-up with an orthopedic cervical specialist. There was some speculation on this being a storyline injury announcement, but now we know that there is more to it. In an update, PW Insider reports that the Day 1 beatdown angle was done because McIntyre has been dealing with some legitimate neck issues for several weeks. McIntyre now needs to undergo medical testing on his neck, which is why WWE wrote him out of the storylines as a way to be proactive about the situation. There is no time frame for McIntyre's return to the ring, but there's hope within WWE that his absence from the ring will be short term. His status was described as up in the air until he gets checked out by doctors. There's been a feeling within WWE about how insanely hard McIntyre has been working in recent weeks, despite the issues with his neck. It was also noted how he's pulled double duty at recent WWE live events on the annual holiday tour. One WWE source said McIntyre went down swinging to injury for the company. McIntyre was seen leaving the State Farm Arena with the neck brace on after Saturday's Day 1 pay-per-view. Alright, that is Drew McIntyre's injury. What do you think about that?
Well, injuries happen. And if he needs time off, then have him take time off. But he'll come back when he comes back.
Yeah.
And he's not really doing much of anything now anyway.
He's
just squandering at the moment on SmackDown. He's not really got much value to him. And the storylines and opponents he's going up against right now. So he's better off just having time away until he comes back and gets put back into a more prominent position. I mean, I think this could be a blessing in disguise as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But if he misses the Rumble, then that would be a bit of a disappointment. But I don't really care about the Rumble anyway. So I don't think it matters.
Yeah, you went crazy last year after the Royal Rumble. That was probably one of your best episodes that you ever done. No. Why did I do that?
Jenkins goes ape shit.
Yes.
But I had every right to be mad, Kgabo. I mean, Edge and Randy Orton, they left the ring a few seconds after the bell rang. And yet apparently they were still in the match until the very end.
I wasn't saying that you didn't have every right to be angry. I was just saying that you went crazy. That was all. I wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm just saying that I had every right to be.
And even the women's one.
And if this year is any
you even went crazy on the women's one, and you called Tom Phillips a fuckface.
Right?
Yes, you did. I remember.
What was the reason for that?
I actually can't remember now. Why you said that to him, but it was quite funny.
Well, I've grown up a bit since then.
Oh, I even remember one of the quotes from that rant. The entire point of this match is to stay in the ring, and they leave the ring in the first few seconds.
Well, they did. They left the ring in the first few seconds of the match, which was fucking infuriating. Why? Why did they do that? I swear down. If that happens this year, I will rant even harder than last year. I can guarantee you. They need to be very careful in how they execute this year's Royal Rumble, because I do not want to that loose this year, believe you me. Like, if they do one wrong thing, I'm going to murder them.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I understand that their ruling, okay, is that you have to leave over the top rope. So if you leave any other way, then technically you're still in the match based on their rules. But their rules are a pile of garbage that need to be changed be a lot more sensible to how the match is supposed to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, do you have any other news to discuss, Kgabo?
Unfortunately, not. I don't follow
Okay.
anything that goes on much anymore, so that's all the news I could find.
Okay, because we went
wait,
off on quite
hold
a
up.
tangent there.
Did I talk? Johnny Knoxville is joining the Royal Rumble. Yeah, the guy from Jackass, those movies where they jump off of stuff and hurt themselves. And yeah, I mean, I think some of it is funny. It's only really old people that hate it and get mad at it, get mad over it. But yeah, whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I'm not happy about it. It is what it is. What do you think about it?
It's a waste of a spot because this match should be exclusive to the wrestlers in that company who are wanting to vie for any of the main two championships that you would go on to challenge for at WrestleMania by winning this match. Only those who are in the company, only the wrestlers on the roster of the company should be the ones who compete in a match that, if you win, basically challenge for the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Celebrities should not be in this match at all. Nobody outside who is on the active roster that should be in this match.
All right. Unfortunately, I'll move the way to blow my nose. So, well, just give me a brief recap.
Are you good now?
Yes. I just didn't hear what you were saying because I was
okay. Well, basically, in short,
What? Go on.
in short, the succinct version of it. Basically, only those who are on the roster within the company should be competing in the Rumble itself. Anybody outside of that will be eligible to enter that match, to participate in that match in any way. I don't mind them. I don't mind a celebrity doing special commentary for it if they really want to do that. I don't mind, but them competing in that match, no. Why am I so adamant against this? Because only those who are wanting to vie for the championship at WrestleMania, and which the winner would receive from this match, should compete in this match. Only the wrestlers should basically enter this match. Like, only those who are legitimately on that roster within that company should participate in this match.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, and also, no tag teams should be in this match either.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's right. The Street Profits are in this match. The Mysterios are in this match. Why? Because the winner will go on to challenge for a singles championship. Why have a tag team enter this match in that case?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So we have finally getting on to the review. WWE Day 1, January 1st, 2022. By the way, Happy New Year's. I forgot to wish you guys that. And this is taking place at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. They had an opening package, which I thought was nice and nice to hype the people up. And then Brock Lesnar was announced to be in the Fatal 4-Way, now Fatal 5-Way match against after Roman Reigns tested positive for COVID-19, which I don't really like, but yeah, it is what it is. And now we have the first match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso versus the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. The Usos, the champions, make their entrance, and followed by the New Day. And I know you, Josh, would not be happy with this order of entrances, because you, as I said in the last episode, you are very strict with those kind of rules. Okay then.
Oh, and by the way, Xavier's new theme song, I think it's quite decent.
Oh, really? Dang. Well, Xavier Woods and Jimmy Uso are starting. They lock up. Woods does a deep arm drag, does a back kick, tags in Kofi. They do a double team on Jimmy. Jimmy taunts Kofi. Kofi gives Jey Uso a double axe handle. Jimmy Uso gives Kofi Kingston an enziguri. Jey Uso hits a clothesline. Jey Uso tagged in, which I questioned, because he tagged out of nowhere. He hits a bat suplex. He taunts. Then Jimmy goes and slaps Kofi. Jey body slams Kofi. Jey does an ass to face. He taunts. Then Kofi does a single foot stomp. Woods gets tagged in. Jimmy super kicks Woods off to the outside. Jey Uso makes a tags in, and they do a double team on Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston does a DDT. Woods is the legal man. He never was illegal. He was legal the whole time, so I don't know why they tagged him again. Jimmy Uso gets tagged, and then Woods does a hot tag. He tries to pin. Woods drop kicks Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso punches him and slam his face into the announce desk. They get back in the ring. Jimmy hits a corkscrew. Jey gets tagged in. He does a pop-up Samoan drop, and then they did a nice 1-2, and it looked good. Kofi did a jumping crossbody, jumping clothesline, a boom drop. Then he hyped up the crowd. Looks like a comeback to me. Then the crowd started chanting, "New Day rocks! New Day rocks!" Then Kofi tried to hit Trouble in Paradise, but then Jey Uso super kicked him for a near fall. The people are chanting, "This is awesome." And then Jey Uso hits a super kick for no. Forget that. Jimmy Uso, it's a chop block. It's a single leg crab. They get a rope break. Jey Uso tags in. Woods and Jimmy fight on the outside. Kofi tries to pin Jey. Hits an SOS for a near fall. They double team on Jimmy Uso for a near fall. Jey Uso hits a super kick. Usos double super kick Kofi. They do a double Uso splash. Woods makes a save. They stare down. Then they did a stereo 1-2. And then Usos hit a modified 3D for the win. So I gave Rasslin a 7 and Logic a 5. What do you think about this match?
I thought it was fine. If not good, I suppose. There was an illegal tag made at some point. But, whatever. And the ending. I'll wait until you get back to the thing here, so you can hear me properly. I'll just wait here. Right. And then the ending caught me off guard. I was like, what? Why are they doing the 3D? And I then understood it, because they basically renamed it to fit their own gimmick. The 1D. One and done.
Oh.
So I understood.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, one and done. 1D. Like, one direction, but, that's completely different.
That's a band. That's a boy band. Boy, girls, a couple, like 7, 8 years ago, all the girls loved One Direction. They went crazy over them. And all us boys hated it. But they have made quite a few good songs. They have. But yeah.
Hey girl, you're beautiful. Do 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 do. Sorry. What I found interesting was that both tag matches of this pay-per-view ended via variation of the cutter. In Randy Orton's case, the RKO.
Yeah.
Basically ended in the same way. I found that very amusing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And then they do a package on Big E, which was good. And then Big E cut a promo on his... I will still be your WWE champion. Something like that. And then we have an interview with garbage rap group Migos. I'm not a big fan of rap, as you guys may know. I just don't like it. In some of it, I do. Cause either it's like, or it's a beat that sounds really stupid. That's mostly what I don't like about rap these days. I do like some old rap, but yeah, not a big fan of rap. Not a big fan of these guys.
These guys were introduced as the greatest band of all time, or whatever that they.
Yeah, I just ignore them.
The ring.
I just ignore
the greatest. Like, shut up, you twats.
And then
greatest my ass.
Yeah. In the second match, Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss with Baron Corbin. I skipped to the end where Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore kick for the win. Then the third match for the Raw Tag Team Champ. Oh, by the way, what did you think about that last match before I move on?
Waste of time.
Yeah.
The only thing that I took notice of was the belly-to-back suplex that Drew hit on the outside. Which a cat flew for like a mile. It was incredible. Outside of that one move, forget about it.
Yeah. Then, for the Raw Tag Team Championships, we have RK Bro Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, the champions, versus Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the challengers. The Street Profits make their entrance, then followed by RK Bro with Migos. Hold up. Sorry, guys. I got kinds of weird stuff in my mouth today. So sorry about that. If you are grossed out by that. So it's Matt Riddle and Angelo Dawkins starting off. They show a sign of respect for each other. Riddle gets a side headlock. Dawkins shoots him off and gives him a shoulder tackle. Classic move. Ford makes a tag. He hits a drop kick. He taunts. And by the way, when did the Street Profits become heels? Like, they were being heels the whole time in this match.
Were they?
Yes, they were. They were taunting and, all that stuff.
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they are heels, then I don't have a problem. But I do have a problem. Because how they turn heel? Right?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't show, then why do I care?
Yeah.
Like the fucking Roman Reigns. He never had his fucking heel turn when he made his return at fucking SummerSlam 2020. All that time ago. He came back. He was already a heel, already aligned with Paul Heyman. And every fucking motherfucker under the sun came at me, targeted me, telling me that, oh no, his heel turn was when he came back. I'm like, no, you fucking idiots! He was already a heel at that point. We missed his heel turn. But Josh, you don't understand. When he attacked Bray and Braun, that's when he turned heel. No! Because he was already acting a heel, and he had a heel shirt, and he had a heel appearance, and a new heel theme, blah, 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 right? He already had that, but before he attacked, he was already a heel, and we missed it, you fucking imbeciles. Telling me, no, you're wrong. Anyway, sorry about that tangent.
Yeah. 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 Back to
go against this.
Back to this match. Dawkins makes a tag. Randy makes a tag, and people pop. The people are chanting, "Randy, Randy." Angelo Dawkins hit a leaping elbow. Yeah, that's his signature pose. Both the Profits were taunting. Dawkins got a side headlock. Randy Orton tried to hit the RKO. Ford tagged in. They locked up. Ford did a chop. Randy did a drop kick for a 2 count. Matt Riddle made a tag. Dawkins made a tag. He hit a silencer. Ford made a tag. He botched. Ford hit a punt kick on, I think, Riddle. Yes, it was Riddle. He hit a splash, and Randy saved him. Dawkins was legal. He does a ground and pound. Splashes Riddle in the corner. Ford makes a tag. Stomps Riddle in the corner. Angelo Dawkins tags in. He pins Riddle for a 1 count. Riddle hits a Pele kick. Ford makes a tag, and then Randy makes a hot tag. Hot tag comeback. And then Randy hit a double draping DDT on both the Street Profits, which was nice. And he teased the RKO, but Ford rolled him up and he hit an enziguri. And Angelo Dawkins was fighting Riddle in the same ring that Randy and Montez Ford were in. And I didn't like that. That was unnecessary. Like, they should be out of the ring there. I would have understood if they were fighting on the outside, but not in the ring. When the legal men are fighting. But anyway, Ford shoots Randy off into the ring post. Sorry about this. He hits a dive, tries to hit a splash, but then Randy hit an assisted RKO for the win. Matt Riddle threw him up, and then Randy hit his RKO on him. And then 1, 2, 3, and he won. I gave Rasslin an 8 and Logic a 6. What do you think about that?
I thought this was a fine match, if not good.
Yeah.
Just like the other tag match. This was fine, if not good even. The result I agreed with, because I thought, okay, Bill should retain, and they did. But it's not yet time for them to lose. I do like the RKO. It's so good. So good. Randy performs it so incredibly well.
Yes, and the RKO was one of my first favorite finishes. I would, back in 2017, I would pretend to do it on my friends, and I almost did it for real on one of my friends at a camp, school camp, and it was quite funny. So anyway, Bianca Belair gets a package, and I thought it was very good. She's an inspiration to young black girls, and it's nice to see that that she's out there inspiring young kids to come and do this. They might not enjoy it, especially in the WWE, but it's still nice to see that. Then Brock Lesnar did a promo mocking Paul Heyman, and then he said, Brock Lesnar. I'm trying to do I sound like Paul Heyman now. Yeah, but I'm not knocking Brock Lesnar, but it's hard to take him seriously when he does his own promos. Hence, he has Paul Heyman by his side. I just want to laugh whenever he gets on the mic, because his voice, that's it. And he says that he will walk out of the State Farm Arena as the WWE champion, and he did. And he said that it's a spoiler, and it was a spoiler, because the morning after, before I even watched a second of this show, I saw that he had won that championship. And then the third match, Edge versus The Miz. I looked at the video package, and then I was like, how can Edge go from a great feud with Seth Rollins last year to this crap? And then I saw that Eric Bischoff went to his wedding, and I'm like, why is Eric Bischoff always there to officiate some goofy stuff? You remember he did the Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy stuff back in 2020, and now he's doing this. And I'm pretty sure he's done some other goofy stuff as well. And I like Edge, but I didn't watch this. And then at the end, Beth Phoenix came to help him. And now they are going to have a mixed tag team match with Beth Phoenix and Edge against Miz and Maryse at the Royal Rumble. Boy, that's going to be fun to watch.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Right. A few things. I didn't understand what this feud was about because all I saw was the Miz wanting to remarry his wife, Maryse, and then Edge just comes in and pours like dark liquid on them.
Yeah,
Now they're
like
having a match.
the same dark liquid that Randy Orton vomited out when, oh my god, when they had that.
Don't remind me of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to forget it myself. That was some of the worst TV I've ever seen. And then
What was
that
this
one
feud
time
about?
he had the mask on when Alexa Bliss burnt his face. It looks so goofy.
Speaking of Alexa, she's coming back next week.
Where? What? No! Get out of here, man!
Yep, she's advertised to on Raw next week, so look forward to that, Kgabo.
Oh, lucky I don't watch this anymore.
Back to this match. As you were saying.
No, go on.
Back to this match. Don't know what it was about. I don't know. Something about the Miz and the wedding to Maryse, and then I don't understand it. Anyway, and now it seems to be about the best couple. Nonsense, like nonsense. Why is Edge wasting time in this feud? Why is this what the Miz is being in to do? I mean, they could have had a match here that meant so much more. No, this is the route that they decided to go with. Yes.
Yeah. What was I about to say now? And you know, I guess,
I must point this out.
Wait.
One is tapped out. Miz tapped out to a fucking head like the first minute. Yeah. Oh no! The match just continues on. 2, the fucking count out on the outside. When they were doing the announce table spot, referee, guess what she did?
She stood there and didn't say anything.
She waited for them to finish doing their spot on the announce table just to then start counting them out. And by the time she started the count at 1, I was already at 9, about to count to 10. Like, she stood there watching them do the moves on the announce table, waiting for them to finish their spot and then start counting them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 1, this match ended via tap out. 2, this match ended via count out. Jesus Christ.
And
Edge winning is fine. I don't.
Yeah. And all this stuff that the Miz has done has really soured my opinion of him. I know I heard that he was really good back in 2016, 17, 18. You know, he was doing his own stuff, and people liked it quite a lot. And I'm not surprised that Edge would do this kind of comedy. He did comedy for years with Christian. It was Edge and Christian. You know, like we've seen him do serious stuff, or with like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and he goes to this now. Like, Edge needs to do better stuff than this.
I wouldn't mind them having a feud and a match or two. I wouldn't mind. But if I understood what the feud is about, all I can think of is that it has something to do with The Miz being jealous of Edge and something about wanting to remarry his wife, being Maryse. I don't understand what this feud was about or is about.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And now we are going to go to the next match for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch, the champion, versus Liv Morgan. They did a video package, which I thought was good. Liv made her entrance, followed by the champion, Becky. The wrestlers were announced by Mike Rome, and what was funny, during Becky's announcement, he went, "Introducing the Raw Women's Champion, Big Time Bex." He had a voice crack going. And again, later in the match when she won. Yeah, the match started and they locked up. They got a rope break. Becky slapped Liv and taunted on her. Liv hit a code breaker. Tornado code breaker. I don't know what's the name of that. I only know it because of Chris Jericho. Becky Lynch falls out of the ring. Liv smashes Becky's face onto the announce desk. Becky rolls out of the ring again. She tries to hit the manhandle slam, but then Liv does an arm drag. Gives her a back elbow in the corner. Gives her a step up knee. Gives her a drop kick. A double foot stop for a 2 count. Becky rolls her up for a 1 count. Liv does an, I think it was called Miss Saturday or something. Here's her submission hold. Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. And they get a rope break. And Liv, she was screeching so much. Like, the whole match. And it was so annoying. But anyway, they fight on the apron. Liv hits a slam for a 2 count. She misses a back elbow in the corner. Becky hits a catapult on the bottom rope, and then the bottom rope went like this when she got lifted up. For a 2 count, she stomps on Liv, chokes her on the rope. The people booed. Liv kicks her. Becky hits a botched leg drop because Liv Morgan didn't sell when the leg came down on her. So
we'll get into no selling.
Well, she didn't sell on time.
No. I meant we'll get into a no sell later in this match. Believe me.
Okay. It looks like you have quite a lot to say about that, so I'm excited to see. So she hits that botched leg drop for a 2 count. Becky gets frustrated, not because of the botch, but because she kicked out. She grounds and pounds Liv. She hits a Bex floater suplex for a 1 count, stomps on her, beats her up in the corner, taunts, say, "I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest." And then Liv hits a catapult, but it wasn't a catapult. I'm trying to remember what she did. Hold up. I think. Sorry about that. Discord crashed as always. and I was still talking about. I was wondering about the move that Oh, yeah, now I remember. So she held Becky's arm down like this, and her feet were against her back, and then she pushed her feet out, and then Becky went into the turnbuckles. So I don't know what that move is called. So if it,
Right. Okay.
yeah. So any of you wrestling
Um,
gurus know what move that is, that'd be nice.
Catapult? No.
No, not the
Oh,
kettlebell.
hang on. It's something like that.
Yeah.
Catapult.
Yeah. And then they replayed that spot. Liv got a roll up. She did a combo on Becky, hit an insecurity, did a really nice drop kick off the top rope for a 2 count. They replayed it. How Becky hit an X-plex, tried to lock in the disarmer. Liv hit a DDT for a 2 count. And then Liv Morgan did a really nice sunset power bomb for a near fall. They
5
replayed
stars.
it. Yeah. They
That was
replayed
one
it.
of the most beautifully executed sunset flip power bombs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
Sorry, that's my fault. So sorry, that was my fault. I pressed Control S to save these notes because I made an edit, and it shut off the recording. So that's my bad. Josh was just saying about how that was the best drop kick that he'd ever seen. So now they do a replay of that drop kick, which was nice. Then Becky Lynch hit an X-plex. Then she locked in to disarm her. Liv hit a DDT, and then she hit a sunset power bomb for near fall, which was very nice.
5 stars. The way
Yeah.
she performed that was one of the most excellent sunset flip power bombs I've ever seen from any wrestler in the history of professional wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
It was that good.
yes, it was. And then hold up. Then they replayed the sunset power bomb. And then Becky Lynch put in the disarm her again. But then there was a rope break, and then she hit a forward planting facebuster, and in which the deleted recording, Josh told me the name of it. I knew it was some kind of variation of a facebuster, but I wasn't sure. So Josh confirmed that for me. So that's nice. And then Liv hit a drop kick, which was very botched. Becky sold way too early. She jumped before Liv's feet could even reach her. So, and then the announcers covered it up by saying, "Oh, she didn't get all of it." And yeah, and then Becky rolled out of the ring. Liv hit a dive. Becky slammed Liv's head on the announce desk. She stomped her. They got back in the ring, and Liv got in a submission hold. Becky escaped, and then Liv tried to hit Oblivion, but then Becky hit the manhandle slam for the win. And then I gave Rasslin a 9 and Logic a 7. What did you think about that match?
You know, the stomp, and this is what I was trying to get at earlier with the no sell.
On the steel steps, yeah.
Steel steps, yeah. Liv stomped her arm that was wedged between the ring post and the steel steps. She stomps down 10 times just to have Becky all in the ring, her climb up the fucking turnbuckle, even though she should have slipped down because of the weight that was, that she had to lift herself up with. But how could she lift herself up with? But if she had a damaged arm that was literally just done seconds prior, how? Where was the selling for this? Like, how was she able to climb the corner at all? Like, I didn't understand that. Where was the selling in that? Like,
Yeah.
if you, Kgabo, right, got your arm down on the steel steps, actually, in between the ring post and the steel steps 10 fucking times, would you be able to fucking have enough strength in your arm to lift yourself up and carry your weight upwards onto the top turnbuckle?
I shouldn't be able to.
Right, so why does Becky Terminator Lynch have that ability then?
Becky Terminator Lynch. I think the better person to call the Terminator is Charlotte Flair. Because,
I mean, if you're going to do a spot like that against the steel steps, have Liv win. You don't do that just to undermine it a few seconds afterwards with Becky just carrying on as if no damage at all was done to her arm.
Yeah.
Like, why do a serious spot like that? Just to basically walk it off. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind Becky winning, but the way she won with the no-sell there completely made it pointless for Liv to do the spot that she did.
Yeah.
Made it pointless.
Yeah. And then...
So that's my rant about that.
Yeah. And then we have the main event. By the way, I skipped a tag team match with Cesaro and Ricochet versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland or whoever it was.
Now, but that was on the pre-show, right?
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, so I guess that was entrances. Yeah. Why would you have that on a pay-per-view even? Yeah, the main event, as you were getting into there, Kgabo. For the WWE Championship, a fatal 5-way match between Big E, the champion, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley. All the wrestlers made their entrances, with Brock Lesnar coming at the end. The bell rang and the match started, and Brock suplexed everyone. Then Big E stopped him and hit him with a clubbing blow, gave him a clothesline over the top rope. Lashley smashed Big E in the ring post. He speared Lesnar through the barricade. They got back in the ring.
Incredible spear, by the way.
Yeah.
The force of the impact. Incredible.
Yeah. And he speared Kevin Owens in the... Oh, wait, go on.
It was like Bobby was trying to murder Brock Lesnar with that spear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip your life out. I'm gonna spear you right through your heart.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he speared Kevin Owens in the corner, tried to hit a vertical suplex on someone else. I think it was Seth Rollins.
Seth.
But then Kevin Owens gave him a super kick. Seth super kicked Lashley. Both Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. I almost said Sami Zayn. Seth Rollins super kicked Lashley. They both. Seth Rollins dived on Brock Lesnar, and then Kevin Owens gave him a frog splash on the outside. Both Kevin Owens and Seth slammed the steel steps into Lesnar and Lashley. They cleared the announce desk, and the people were chanting, "We want tables." I'm glad there were no tables involved in this. Big E slammed Lashley through the announce desk. Kevin Owens and Seth did a double DDT on Lesnar on the steel steps. Big E choke slams Seth. And then he gave Kevin Owens a back out.
No.
What?
Don't mix those moves up there, Kgabo.
What?
He hit a Uranagi slam.
Oh.
It wasn't a choke slam. Uranagi slam.
Okay, Uranagi slam. Got it. And then Kevin Owens hit a pop-up power bomb for a 2 count. He did a cannonball off the top rope, but he hit Big E's knees. Seth did a splash for a 2 count, and they replayed it. Gave him 2 rolling elbows. Then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar came in and gave Big E, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens an F5. And then Lashley speared him and then gave him a hurt lock. Big E made the save. He hit big ending on Brock. And then Lesnar gave Big E an F5. 1, 2, 3. He won and became the new WWE champion. So I gave Rasslin a 10 and Logic a 6. And it was actually surprising how good this match was. I didn't expect much from this because it was a fatal 5-way, but it blew my expectations. And overall, I give this show Rasslin an 8 and Logic a 5. So what do you think about this match?
I had 0 issues at all.
Wow.
I loved it. It was incredible. They performed their asses off. And by the way, Brock Lesnar taught Becky Lynch how to sell a steel step spot, but by the way. Which
who?
Becky should fucking learn from.
Who did he teach?
Because Brock Lesnar sold the double DDT on the steel steps, right? So
yeah,
that was basically a lesson on how to sell, move steel steps, which Becky failed to do earlier.
yeah.
But Becky can learn from that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brock Lesnar being added to this match. I couldn't believe it when it first got announced. I was like, what the fuck? This doesn't make any fucking sense. What are they fucking doing now? Then I thought, you know what? No, do it. Just go along with it. Just accept it, because there's so much storylines that they can do out of this. One, Bobby Lashley had Brock beat if Big E did not interrupt. He had him beat.
Yes.
That's their match booked, which they're having now at the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Hopefully it goes.
Woohoo! Hopefully it'll stay like that.
So.
It won't go. Hopefully they won't add any more people to it. Please.
They better fucking not. I mean, Bobby earned it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's the rematch with Big E, and he get redemption for Kofi if they want to go down that route. They should, but whatever. There's the first ever match against Kevin Owens that Brock can have. Seth Rollins can use his arrogance, saying, "Oh, ha ha ha! I beat Brock Lesnar several times in the past. I can beat him in like under 5 minutes with ease. Ha ha ha! So he can challenge Brock again."
Yeah.
You know, there's so many matches and storylines you can come off this, and then after WrestleMania, you can have Brock return to face Roman, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually quite enjoying this. Brock Lesnar is having a lot of fun, and you can see it. It's clear
Yeah.
as day that he's having a lot of fun right now. People are mad that Biggie lost. It is what it is. Biggie cannot win it back.
I actually wasn't that mad that Biggie lost.
I wasn't mad at all because this is even better because now Biggie can go the route of not only wanting to beat Brock to reclaim the WWE Championship, but also get revenge on Kofi Kingston, which has been an ongoing storyline for the past 2.5 or so years.
Yeah.
I mean, they can play off that. Biggie gets a massive win. I mean, his second reign is going to mean a lot more and be a lot more important than it was, first time around.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that he can benefit from Brock Lesnar being the champion now. I mean, I see nothing but positive. Now, that's, highly depending on how they look at,
Yeah.
going forward. But I am positive right now about it, yes.
Yes. And what did you think about this show overall?
I thought it was fine, but it could have been better than what it was. But for what it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not many pay-per-views get a fine from me, so Good.
So that was the season premiere of Rasslin and Logic. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys had a happy new year. And I hope you guys all have wonderful year that is about to begin. That has begun actually. But we will be back next time, probably for the Royal Rumble. Hopefully Roll Sucker will be back as well. And it was great having you, Josh, back on this broadcast. And I hope that season 2 will be good. And we will see you later. But until then, this is Kgabo and Josh Jenkins on behalf of Roll Sucker. Signing out.